Today, like schedule is done, right?
Yeah.
For GenG. How are you today?
How do I feel after losing to GenG?
Yeah.
I feel pretty shit, yeah. We got stomped 3-0. And we couldn't play the game. Every game after 10 minutes, the game already was kind of lost. So feel like we didn't even, have a chance to win any of the games. So it feels pretty shit. Berserker, let's go. Now you say Korean, what I just said.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
뭐 일단 져가지고 기분이 좋진 않고요. 네, 그렇습니다.
That's all?
Next question from Sons of KS. You guys went against the #1 team from Korea in this confrontation. What experience does Cloud9 have, and what do you think is the next? What do you think about the next match between BLG and GenG?
I think BLG didn't play so well against G2 compared to how well GenG has played this tournament so far. So I think GenG will win against BLG 3-0 or 3-1 probably.
And what do you think about Cloud9's experiences at MSI so far?
I think that we improved a lot as a team, and if we could scrim against teams like this every day, we would improve so much more than we are during the LCS season. I'm sure it's the same for the LEC teams. Yeah, it feels like during the scrims we got a lot better over time, but today we just weren't able to show it at all. I feel like we actually had a lot going on for us as a team, but today was just not our day at all.
Next question from esports.net. Are you disappointed that you didn't get a chance to face any of the LEC teams? How do you think you would have fared if you did?
Yeah, I mean, given how not competitive these games are between EU, NA, and the Eastern teams, it would have been nice to see at least who's better between EU and NA. So, and G2 actually won 2 games, in the bracket stage. Not that winning a game actually matters, but they actually put up a good fight against BLG, and they could have won against BLG, I think. If BLG didn't throw, it would have been 3-0, but still, G2 put up a good fight, and I would have loved to play against them or Mad Lions just to settle that score at least. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess, with a draw like this.
在上次采访 Berserker 选手的时候说，下路对线他觉得自己有自信不会输给 Pace 选手。请问 Zven 选手今天和 GenG 下路交手感觉如何呢？Last time we interviewed Berserker and he said I will not lose to Pace because he was confident. So this question for Zven, how do you feel about playing against Body from GenG in today's matchup?
I think we were doing well in lane in the first game, and second game too. But in the second game, we had these situations where we got a good trade bot, but I used flash for it, so we were getting ganked. So Blabber covered us, but then when Blabber left to his top lane jungle, we found out that Wukong wasn't even bot in the first place. We were actually in our jungle. So then Blabber got really far behind, and the game got really hard because we couldn't really, play our matchup because Wukong was there and they flashed on me and it got me. But I think the first 2 games we were doing really well in the lane. And even in the third game, we were doing fine. I felt like today laning phase wasn't that important. It was more about, the dragons and the herald situations. And in game 3, we lost the whole game on dragons. So I felt lane was fine.
其实我觉得今天的对线期整体来说还是可以的。我觉得我们第一局的对线区打得还不错，第二局也是，尤其是第二局的时候呢，我们是要Blabber 选手他是有时候会来下路靠，然后来帮助我们的。但是由于一些在前期 Blabber 选手的悟空，他们在一些野区资源的位置和下路上一些操作微操上面的点，可以说是可能在后面有一些稍稍的落后。第3局我们觉得打得还可以，但我觉得今天的比赛总体来说，对线期并不是最重要的点，因为我们觉得在峡谷先锋和小龙这样的团战上面，资源争夺的点可能是更重要的一些因素吧。你们跟所有的队伍都打了训练赛吗？训练赛感受如何呢？你认为哪支队伍会夺冠呢？So Zven, did you play Scrim with every teams in MSI, and how does it feel about the scrims? Which team do you think will win the championship of 2023 MSI?
We didn't scrim against JDG or against GenG this tournament. We scrimmed against BLG a lot. T1 a fair amount, and yeah, mostly BLG was our scrim partner the whole tournament. Besides, the week when we drew them as our opponent. So I think we learned the most playing against BLG and T1 in scrims. We scrimmed G2 a fair bit as well, but I feel like if we could scrim teams like T1 and BLG every day, we would learn so much more. So I think we improved a lot, but it wasn't enough to beat a team like GenG.
Which team do you think you will?
Oh, sorry. I think JDG wins MSI.
我认为 JDG 会获得 MSI 的冠军。之前呢，我们和 BLG 和 T1，尤其是和 BLG 打的多一点，没有和京东去打一些更多的训练赛。我觉得如果我们每天都能和 T1、BLG 这样去这个强度去打训练赛的时候，我们应该也会进步很多的。我觉得 JDG 会获得2023年 MSI 的冠军。
Next question from Sons of KS. What do you think you guys should have done to be strengthened as a team against GenG?
Honestly, I think there's too many things for us to work on to beat GenG right now. I think every game laning phase was fine for everyone, but at already that 9 and 10 minutes in the game, something goes wrong. Like the third game, the dragon fight lost the whole game. In the first game, we had a hell situation top side where multiple people die, and then the whole game just falls apart because we can no longer tank a hook and blitzcrank or Nautilus. It's one death, one hook, one death. So we just have to understand our team comes better, and in first game give the herald and go bottom, and third game don't do the dragon. This kind of things. So there's just we couldn't even get past 10 minutes in this game without being very far behind. So I think, yeah, there's nothing to talk about. Just need to play a better early game before we can even talk about the actual game.
Ask if there are any
주변 선수한테 질문할 거 더 있으신가요?
Can I ask a question from Korean media?
请问还有中文媒体这边有问题要提问吗？
그 질문 하나만 해도 될까요?
네네.
네.
팀으로 적어주셨나요?
제가 짧은 질문이라
네네.
끝으로 팬들에게 혹은 개인적으로 하고 싶은 말씀이 있으시면 한마디 해주시면 감사하겠습니다라고 질문 요청이 와서 이것만 한번 부탁드리겠습니다.
You want to say something for a fan or like personal things?
I mean, I'm sorry to the Western fans who showed up to London to watch us play, because we played so bad and it's embarrassing or disappointing. So I'm sorry to the Western fans for how badly we played, and I can only say that we learned a lot and Worlds will be better.
일단 그 웨스턴 팬, 그러니까 북미 팀들한테 북미 팬들한테 미안하고 월즈 때는 더 잘하겠습니다.
Honestly, I'm sorry to all the fans, not just Western fans. That sounded weird.
솔직히 모든 팬들한테 다 미안하다. 좀 말이 이상하다.
Final question from President Esports. How would you evaluate the participation of all of the LCS teams this MSI?
I think Golden Guardians played better than I thought they would. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. They beat BLG one game, so they can take that away, I guess. We only beat Golden Guardians this tournament, so the LCS looks pretty disappointing this tournament. Yeah, there's not much to say. Just embarrassing and disappointing together. I'd hope we could at least, put up a good fight. I think we played fine versus BLG in those 3-0, but against GenG, we just got murdered in 10 minutes every game. So that was disappointing again.
All right, that's all the time we have. Thank you.
Thank you.